I am on the last page of your geometry review packet. And the last concept we're going to review for geometry to kind of get you ready for your final is transformations. And the type of transformations are, you have rotation, translation, reflection, and dilation. Now, all of them are congruent except for dilation, meaning when you rotate, translate, or reflect, the size and shape of the figure does not change. Dilation, though, it gets smaller or bigger, so therefore it does not stay congruent. So all of them are congruent except dilation, so keep that in mind because that'll probably be a question on your final or on your test or your quiz this week. But this first one I did already. It said rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise. So if you remember when we did this in class, the easiest way is just kind of rotate your paper. So counterclockwise is to the left, and just one time would make it 90 degrees. So now this is your new origin. So these are your positive x's, your negative x's, your positive y's, your negative y's, and you write down where those points are now located. So z would be at 0, down 1, 2, 3, 4. So I put 0, negative 4 is the new z. J is now over positive 2, down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2, negative 5 is my new j. And L is at positive 1, 2, 3, positive 3, 0. And then I flip it back around and I plot those 3 new points. And remember, we use these little dash marks as our new points. So for Z, I plotted that at 0, negative 4. J, I plotted that at positive 2, down negative 5. And L, I did positive 3, 0. And then I drew my new triangle. So that's the easy way to do rotation, is actually move your paper 90, 180, 270, and then all the way around would be 360. Now the second one, so they have our triangle, and it says translate 4 units right and 1 down. So every single point I'm going to take to the right 4 and 1 down. So F would be 1, 2, 3, 4, down 1. So there's my new F, so I'm going to put a little dash on it. G would be 1, 2, 3, 4, down 1, so a new G. Y is 1, 2, 3, 4, down 1, so a new Y. And there's my new figure. Translate is probably the easiest because you just literally do what it's saying. The next one's another translate. It says translate 1 unit to the right and 1 up. So M, 1 to the right, 1 up. There's my new M. T, 1 unit to the right, 1 up. There's my new T. E, that's 1 to the right and 1 up. And J, 1 to the right and 1 up. And there's my new figure. Reflection. The easiest way is just to count. So this one says reflect over the x-axis. Well, here's my x-axis. So C is 1 away from the x-axis, so I go 1 away on the other side. There's my new C. J is 1 away on the x-axis, so I go 1 on the other side, so there's my new J. M is 2 away from the x-axis, so 2 on the other side, there's my new M. And K is 1, 2, 3, 4, so 4 on the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's my new K. And there's my figure reflected. On your exit ticket and on your quiz, it's gonna ask for like the points. So it might be handy to have like graph paper, or even just to make your own, like sketch your own graph to do it. It might help. But actually on your exit ticket and quiz, you have to write out what the new points are after you reflect it. So like for example, K would be at the point positive 1 up 1, 2, 3, 4. And M would be at negative 1, 2, 3, 4 up 1, 2, etc. Like this is what you're gonna type in as your answer, because obviously on Google Forms you can't graph for me. So like I said, it might be helpful to have something, graph paper or just sketch your own graph, kind of there to help you, or even use Desmos. Okay, if you can hear that sound in the background, I don't know, like someone's like weed whacking outside like my house, so sorry about that. There's always something going on. The last one, dilation, I don't have an example here, but again, it's like if you had the points, I don't know, I'm just gonna make up some points right here. If you had these points and it said dilate by 2 That just means you take every single number and multiply it by 2. So this would now become the 0.44. This would become the 0.6 negative 12. And this would become 8.4. So dilate means you multiply all those numbers by whatever number it's telling you to dilate it by. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it. So you have a quiz on Friday. It's going to be over parallel and perpendicular lines. So make sure you know that parallel lines have the same slope. Perpendicular lines, you have to take their slope, flip it, and you have to change the sign. You have to do both. Also, it's going to be over similarity, which is AA, side angle side, or side side side. And the sides, again, are proportionate to each other, so meaning those fractions have to come out to be the same number in order for the sides to be proportionate, and then angles would have to be the same if it's one of those first two properties involving an angle. And the last thing is going to be all the transformations. So that's what your quiz is going to be on Friday. Email with any questions.